This is a selection from a transcript of a commencement speech written by David Foster Wallace. The title is This is Water. The speech begins with the story of two fish, which begs the question of what our own awareness is outside of ourselves. The awareness and the ability to see what is around us, to see and take into account the feelings and the views of others. That takes effort, and in my opinion, that effort is one of the most important values that we will ever develop. So here's my selection from This is Water. There are these two young fish swimming along. They happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" The two young fish swim on for a bit. Then eventually one looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" If you're worried that I plan to present myself here as the wise old fish explaining what water is to you younger fish, please don't be. I am not the wise old fish. The point of the fish story is merely that the most obvious, important realities are the ones that are the hardest to see and talk about. Because here's something else that's true. In the day-to-day trenches of adult life, there is actually no such thing as atheism. There is no such thing as not worshiping. Everybody worships. The only choice we get is what we worship. And the compelling reason for choosing some sort of God or a spiritual type thing to worship, be it Jesus Christ or Allah or Yahweh or the Wicked Mother Goddess or the Four Noble Truths or some infrangible set of ethical principles, is that pretty much anything else you worship will eat you alive. If you worship money and things, if they are where you tap real meaning in life, you will never have enough, never feel you have enough. Worship your body and beauty and sexual allure, and you will always feel ugly. And when time and age start showing, you will die a million deaths before they finally plant you. Worship power. You will end up feeling weak and afraid. You will need ever more power over others to keep the fear at bay. Worship your intellect, being seen as smart. You will end up feeling stupid, a fraud, always on the verge of being found out. The insidious things about these forms of worship is not that they're evil or sinful. It is that they are unconscious. They are the kind of worship you gradually slip into day after day, getting more and more selective about what you see and how you measure value without ever being fully aware that that's what you're doing. And the world will not discourage you, because the world of men and money and power hums along quite nicely on the fuel of fear and contempt and frustration and craving and the worship of self. The freedom to be lords of our own tiny skull-sized kingdoms alone at the center of all creation, the kind of freedom that is most precious, you will not hear much talked about in the great outside world of winning and achieving. The really important kind of freedom involves attention and awareness and discipline and effort and being able truly to care about other people and to sacrifice for them over and over in myriad, petty, little unsexy ways every day. That is real freedom. The alternative is unconsciousness, the default setting, the rat race, the constant gnawing sense of having and had some and lost some infinite thing. None of this is about morality or religion or dogma or big fancy questions about life after death. The capital T truth is about life before death. It's about simple awareness, awareness of what is so real and essential, so hidden in plain sight all around us, that we have to keep reminding ourselves over and over, this is water, this is water.